once again to the month of July. It is the beginning of the second week in the seventh month of the year 2024. My name remains Ashalulu Afemi. This is Sports Africa. Of course, this is where we dissect, this is where we discuss, this is where we bring to light issues regarding football and other sports on the continent. Remember that we are in the month of the Olympics, so this month, the 2024 Paris Olympics will be getting underway, and all the athletes, of course, they are gearing for action right there in France. James Agberebi is here together. Of course, today we will be bringing you a very sumptuous topics right here on Sport Africa. James, you're welcome. How was your weekend?
Yeah, thank you very much, Femi. My weekend was splendid, and hope you had a wonderful weekend as well.
Yeah, if you are celebrating your birthday this month, of course, like myself, today is my birthday, so we say happy birthday to every one of you. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe to our channel. Please don't just watch our videos. Please just click on that subscribe button, and of course, as well as that notification button, so that you get the video as soon as they drop. What we do right here is because of you. So please subscribe wherever you are. You're in Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, South Africa, Canada, United States, Great Britain, Australia. Please subscribe to our channel. This is the focus right here is for Africa and African athletes. Okay, let's get started. James, of course, over the weekend or before the weekend, because the issues actually dragged into the weekend, we heard the CAF verdict over Samuel Eto'o, so that will get primary attention to that. And of course, Nigeria will be taking a trip to Nigeria, and it has now been confirmed in South Africa that the Nigeria Football Federation are trying to bring back Peseiro to the Super Eagles. That has been confirmed now because the Portuguese was offered to Mamelodi Sundowns through an agent, so to say, and of course an official of Mamelodi Sundowns confirmed to kick off football yesterday in South Africa that they have been offered to that they have offered Peseiro to Sundowns, but Nigeria are trying to bring him back. So the NFF know what yet. We'll also be looking at that. And in Ghana, something very, very interesting is happening because, of course, on Friday, we witnessed the grouping for the 2025 AFCON qualifiers. And we have Ghana, Gabon, Ghana, Angola, Sudan are in the same group. I remember we have Casey Appiah, former Black Stars coach, is in charge of Sudan now. And of course, is a member of the GF executive committee. So, they are saying that Ghana is saying that it has a double interest in that side because they will be facing Ghana home and away. So they said they will be approaching CAF. We'll be looking at the bottom line. The major reason for that, because some are saying it is actually beyond that. It is actually beyond the fact that as a member of the GFA executive committee that it is about the sporting activity, because Sudan are doing fantastically well under Cote. So these are many more what we're discussing on the show today. Those are just the sneak peek of what we will be bringing your way today. James, let's get started. Of course, I'm sure you are no stranger to that story. CAF has fined Samuel Eto'o, the president of FECA, for $200,000 for suspicion of being involved in match fixing. But according to CAF, the disciplinary body of CAF, they are saying that they do not have sufficient information to conclude that Samuel Eto'o actually was involved in match fixing. But the fact that he is an ambassador of one expert. Now, I read a betting company. Now, I read further on that and realized that one expert, normally we are not even supposed to even mention the name of the brand, but it is important for our viewers to know wherever they are that they sponsor the top flight football in Cameroon as well as in the lower division, just like we have in Nigeria. We have MPFL and NNL, and of course for the men and women international competition, they are also major sponsors. But now they signed Eto'o, or Eto'o is signed on them or with them as a brand ambassador, and the statute of CAF and FIFA is against all this. So, but CAF are saying that they do not have sufficient information to actually nail Eto'o as being involved in match fixing. Remember, about a club which got promoted to the top flight in Cameroon, but people are saying there was a leak conversation between the chairman of that club and Samuel Eto'o about how to help that club get promotion. So it's all a messy affair. But now, people are saying Samuel Eto'o's career as well as football administration is practically over.
Our family is not a good take at all. CAF said they don't have sufficient evidence to nail him, because they are not there. But the fact that he took part in something like that, as in, how will I put it now? And the thing is, he should have known better. I mean, for somebody who played at the highest level, he should know that there are certain things that you don't do. So um, finding him goes to show that maybe there is an element of truth in what those who brought out the case. But the fact what they cannot really point out that he actually I mean, what they are accusing him for, trying to help another team. You made mention now that somebody said there was a leak audio, leak video. I don't know. There's no enough evidence to say, okay, he's guilty of match fixing. They still speculations. So for me, it's just like what you said, Femi. It's getting messier. It's getting things are just going south now. For somebody who we thought is coming on board will change a lot of things for African football. Things are just going in the opposite direction. One acquisition to another, match fixing, bribery. It's not something that we envisage, but and it's like it's fighting so many battles. Now the sport ministry issue is also there.
Home and away.
So home and away is just fighting. That remember, Femi, that's what I said at some point. I think the best bet is that if after he has cleared himself and every other taking care of every other allegation, I think the best bet is to just walk away. Because if you remember, Femi, I told you once that when he himself and the McBride, when they came together to say they apologized for, I told you that we've not heard the last of it before this other one now popped up again. So a lot of things will still unravel, and it's still going to get bad, Femi. I'm not going to. I won't be surprised if later we start hearing another issue, because there are just so many. Even is I think we made mention of the fact that I had issue with Njita, his former colleague, and so Femi, how many battles are you going to continue to fight? I know he has good intentions for Cameroonian football, but Femi, you know how things are. A lot of politics will come into play, and how many people are you going to fight? So
Okay.
I just hope that you'll be able to remove himself from all this, because no matter the kind of good plans he has, Femi, as long as all these things keep coming up, I don't think he's going to do half of what he plans to do, because it's all these things are not going away anytime soon, and he's going to continue to battle a lot of things, and it's only going to get worse for him.
Okay, James, I think we need to also put in context that there is a FIFA statute that is binding all everyone involved in the game of football, that you cannot be involved in any betting related activities. That is clear. One, so I'm going to ask you two questions in one fold, kind of. Now, Eto cannot claim ignorance. Now, as a matter of fact, they said there is no ignorance before the law. You can't say, I didn't know. So, for someone who has high stakes in football in Cameroon, you're expected to know all of this. Then, two, I think the sports ministry in Cameroon will virtually be laughing at Eto right now, because they will see it as a victory for them that, of course, his travel has continued. And I remember 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. You remember, whether you remember, so was kicking a journalist outside the stadium. I'm sure you
Yes,
still remember that picture.
exactly.
So
Yes, yeah. I think
he
I'm a
has,
Nigerian journalist also.
yeah. So he has deliberately put himself in the eye of the storm in a number of times. So, like I said, he cannot claim that he doesn't know the consequences for some of this action, because as the president of the FECAFOOT, you should know that you are not supposed to sign on as an ambassador to a betting company that sponsors the League One, Tier One, Tier Two in your country, and of course, even this national team, and you are signed on as a brand ambassador. The representation of football in Cameroon, it is kind of absurd, James.
Yeah, and I think that should even bring me to the issue of, is it that he doesn't have those who advise, who give him advice, or is just a one man show, somebody who just take decision on his own and act on his own. Because we all know that Eto is someone that is very, very is a stubborn person. Eto is a very stubborn person, you know. So in case like that, and I think I agree with you. I think he's someone that should have known that you don't do this. Yeah, I believe that before he came on board, he should have gone through a lot of how would I put it now? Stages where you do's and don'ts, to become a president of a football body. Now signing up as an ambassador for a body that sponsors the league. A lot of people will read a lot of meaning into it. Even if you have good intentions or you didn't deliberately go ahead with it, they will not see it in that light. They will just feel you have intentions. So at this point, it's only going to affect Cameroon football. Fine, they've been doing well in the World Cup qualifier, but for how long is that going to continue? When the person who oversees the football in the country is having one issue or another, at some point, something you just have to give, and it's either it works away or So for me, it's not looking good. Like I said, and I keep saying it. At some point, I think the best bet for me is for him to just have to just leave at some point because can't keep fighting everybody and it's like you against the world and he's fighting some higher powers. I'm telling you, Femi, he's fighting some higher powers, and he's just I know Fekapu is under the sport ministry, and these are top guys, whether I like it or not. They call the shot, and they can just come up with something that will just frustrate you out. That's just the truth there.
Yeah, you took that out of my margins because I was going to say that what I foresee is that maybe at the end of the day, the government in Cameroon can put pressure on Samuel Eto'o to resign. Claiming that maybe they might be saying he's damaging the reputation of football or even the FECA foot. So hopefully, we hope that things sanity will just prevail. James, let's take a trip to Nigeria now. Like I said in the intro, and the NFF they are still trying to search for a substantive manager for the Super Eagles since Finidi George resigned last month. And now, like I said, Sundowns, it was Peseiro has been offered to Sundowns because, of course, the departure of a Sundowns coach in the DStv Premier League in South Africa. And now it was confirmed yesterday that also Peseiro has been offered to Sundowns, but Nigeria want him. But maybe I should just take a little quote from that thing. This guy, Gerard Balowi, was talking to an official of Vodia Sports International Management. I think it's an agency that helps clubs maybe get coaches and players. And I quote him. He said, all right, I'm looking for it now. He said, yes, Vodia Sports International Management offers Peseiro to Sundowns, though the Nigerian national teams are interested in bringing him over again without kickoff. So, James, it's like the NFL, they are just merry-go-round, merry-go-round like we do say here. It's either with Peseiro, you didn't want to give him the $120,000 monthly he requested so that he can pay his backroom staff, his own personal, the three other guys from Portugal, from the $120,000. And he said, okay, NFF, if you don't want to pay me $120,000, give me $80,000 monthly while you pay these other guys. And that was where the talks broke down. Now, the NFF are going back to their vomit, so to say, someone that they didn't want to because of money. They've been complaining about this same money. So people have been asking, where will you now get money to pay this guy by the time you bring it? Because at the end of the day, in this instance now, Peseiro is going to have the upper hand in negotiation.
Femi, that's why I keep saying that one of the bane of Nigerian football is the people running our football. Fine, you can complain about players' attitude and the rest, but sometimes you have to look at the head. What they always say that once the head is rotten, it trickles down. So when you come around as a player, you come around, these guys, they see a lot of things that's happening at the top. So sometimes when they look at those who are supposed to be like the good example to them, you see the way they run football. These guys are coming from places where it's well structured place, and when they now come and you see all these shambles everywhere. Who's going to give his all for such? Look at the World Cup campaign. It's like it's a disaster already. Now you are thinking of going back. You are thinking of going back to a coach somebody who you should have tied down, somebody who have already built that chemistry, somebody who already building
sorry,
a
James,
team.
who didn't even start the World Cup qualifier campaign well? He drew against Lesotho and Zimbabwe.
Yes,
So he
and
started
yes,
this
wait,
World Cup qualifying
Femi,
campaign.
yes,
Yeah.
Femi, remember Peseiro always said some before the AFCON. He said he wants to go and win the AFCON. He said his plan is to win the AFCON, which he almost did. Unfortunately, injuries and some. But I mean, this goes to show that there was a kind of chemistry between him and the players. They were gelling. He was beginning to knit the team. We need to put all the puzzles here and there. And so, I mean, a serious FA, what you'd have done is try as much as possible to put him to still keep him. Try as much as possible to give him what he wants. It's about negotiation. Fine. If at the end of the day you cannot meet up to the 120, at least there's a way you just have to negotiate. At least let it be a reasonable amount. Because I believe Peseiro is somebody that really loved to handle the Super Eagles. He wanted to work with the team. Because he knows that there are players that because for me, I think the Super Eagles they've kind of put him in the good light because getting to the AFCON final is no means feat. He became the first Portuguese coach to feature in the final of the AFCON. That was a good record for him. It kind of enhances his CV. What we expect a football body to do is to try as much as possible to keep him. I believe that if he had been around this World Cup qualifier, of course, that okay, you're able to build from what he has been able to achieve at the AFCON. Nobody gave at the end of the after all, nobody gave Super Eagles the chance to do well at the AFCON. Nobody even expected them to get to the quarterfinals, but they went all the way to the finals. Now you want him back. You are trying to learn because you've checked around and you've seen that. For me, at this point, the NFF they cannot no quality coach, no top coach will come to the Super Eagles. They know what is happening. You think they don't read it, they don't hear all
We have
the
quality
things.
players. We have quality players.
You have quality players, but if you don't have
Nigeria have
the top
quality
coach to
players.
knit them together, I mean, see what the Super Eagles need is a decent coach. Peseiro is not a bad coach. Who want to say he had to work with what he had, at the AFCON. And he did a very good job. So the right thinking football body would have done everything possible to keep him because of continuity's sake. But you allowed him to go. Now you are trying to bring him back. After that, when we felt okay, it's like once the desirable is not available, the available becomes the desirable. So it's sad that we've gotten to this stage, and I for once I clamored for him to remain because of continuity. Because I saw that he was building something with that team. And what do you expect the right thinking football body to do? Keep him and build. Look at the Black Stars, and what is really helping Otoado now? He was a former coach, so he understands the setting. So that's why look at their World Cup qualifiers. That's why the fact that they struggle in some games, but you see the fighting spirit, the commitment, and everything they put in. That was what helped the Super Eagles at the last AFCON. Commitment, fighting spirit, and determination. And that's what we are seeing right now. In the Black Stars, they've not been doing well, but they want to turn around, and we are seeing it. But the Super Eagles case, you allowed the coach to go. You brought in Finidi George, who, I mean, I think that's good as one of the worst Super Eagles coach ever. So it's sad. I think he was even set. It's a kind of a setup in case of Finidi George. I mean, he might be a good coach in his own right, but I mean the way things pan out, nobody's going to remember whether this happened. Is what happened in his time. 2 games he lost to Benin Republic that we've never lost before to. So for me, better late than ever. If Peseiro is the one that they feel can still steer the team to the right direction, well, and they just have to swallow their pride and bring him. I believe that he will still love to work with Super Eagles, even Genotro. If it means begging him, and have to, because just like what you said, the power he has the power now. So you know that they are desperate, and you have to take advantage of that. Genotro, today, if that man has the opportunity, he's still going to come back to Super Eagles if he has the opportunity, because I've heard his interviews and the way he sounds, that this man still loves Nigeria. But I mean, look at the kind of people that run our football. So as they always say, as you lay your best, so you rely on it.
Yeah, okay. So, but personally, I believe that Finidi George will have done bet because remember even Peseiro, a number of his first games, he didn't do well. I remember how many friendlies did he even win during his time? Perhaps maybe one, which was I think against where before the 2023 AFCON. So he lost a number of friendlies. So I also believe that if India had been given sufficient time, he would have done well. That's my personal opinion. Okay, James, let's take a trip to Ghana now. Like I said also in the intro, remember last Friday we have was it Thursday last week anyways? We have Ghana and Sudan in the same group. I think Group B, yeah, for the 2025 AFCON qualifier. Yeah, Group B. Sorry, Group F. Yeah, Group F and World Cup qualifier 2025 AFCON qualifiers. And Kwesi Appiah have been doing brilliantly well with Sudan. Sudan, they are currently at war, kind of civil war, but the national team has been doing extraordinarily, well in the Group B of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. They are topping with 10 points after 4 games. They have 2 points above even Senegal. And if you look at Ghana in their group, Ghana in Group I, they have 9 points, sharing the same point with Comoros. But now the GFA are saying that they are going to approach FIFA for clarification regarding a potential conflict of interest regarding Kwesi Appiah because of that game. They are saying that he manages Sudan, but he's a member of the executive council. He's a member of the executive council of the GFA. So, but personally, I don't see how this affects this game. Now we are going to see between Ghana and Sudan for the 25 AFCON qualifier. Though the GFA they stressed it that there is no statute, no part of their statute that says that he does not have right to take any job anywhere, but they are just particular about being executive member of the body and coaching another national team. I don't know, maybe James, you are seeing what I'm saying, or you are thinking along the same line with the GFA. Do you think there's any conflict of interest here actually?
Femi, I think what the GFA are planning to do for me, is the right thing. It's better to clarify everything now before the World Cup qualifiers, before you start hearing stories that touch the heart. You start regretting that why didn't you take this step? They are about to take the right step. They want clarification so that by the time these two teams face each other in the qualifiers, they will not be as if they've gone against some of the laid down rules and regulations. I think that's what they are trying to do. They want to make sure that everything is they are not found wanting, because the Ghanaian media, they will.
Sorry, James. I think it's even better for Kwesi Appiah, because if he needs to resign his membership as a executive member of the GFA, I think it is better than after the games. If I will now say, no, you are not supposed to do this, you are not supposed to hold double interest going into that game. I think it is even for a favor of Kwesi Appiah.
Yeah, like I said, the GFA, they are trying to take the right step now. Remember the issue of Equatorial Guinea striker. I mean, for how many? Is it like 11 years before the hammer now came down on him? So the GFA, it's the right step. They are doing the right thing. They want to make sure that they are not found wanting. Because
sadly, we lost connection with James there. I think we just have to just quickly do this about the case in Ghana. Hopefully, clarification will come as soon as possible before this game, so that at the end of the day, we will not have FIFA or because CAF, so to say, because this is a CAF competition, we will not have CAF having to cancel whatever against Sudan and make in this game at the benefit of Ghana, so that they wouldn't say that Kwesi Appiah is not supposed to hold double interest in this relationship as far as it is concerned. Before that game, of course, let's say in closing, of course, the Super Falcons of Nigeria, they are currently camping in Seville, Spain, in preparation for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. And of course, the Couple Queens of Zambia, they also flew out over the weekend. They've flown to France to also begin their pre-season pre-tournament campaign for the Olympics. Of course, the burden of the entire continent rests on the shoulders of these two nations, and we know that they can actually carry the body, because they've demonstrated that during the qualifiers when they played some of the top teams on the continent. Of course, for Zambia, of course, the likes of Ranger Kundanaji and of course Barbara Banda, they are yet to join because they are still playing for their respective clubs in the US, as well as Nigeria's Aziza Toshuala. Aziza Toshuala and of course Ranger Kundanaji, they both play for BFC. So the preparation for the Paralympic Games is actually gearing up athletes generally boxers, long jumpers, high jumpers, javelin throwers and shot putters, all of them, they are making preparations as far as the tournament is concerned. So we wish everyone all the best from Africa. We will hope that they will have a very good representation for the continent at this time. Sadly, this is where the curtain will fall on today's show on Sport Africa. But please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't just watch, please. Click on that notification button. And we've said several times that if you think there are some other things that we can do right here to improve our content, please let us know in the comment section. We read all of them. And of course, right here, we will go as far as it will take us to implement and make sure we give you better content. But the only way you can support us is to please subscribe. Thank you so much for being there. I wish you, all of us right here, we wish you a very wonderful week ahead. I remain Ashalula. See you next time. And bye for now.